Welcome to Malifaux University. 640. Special Scheme, Lover's Dilemma. Lover's Dilemma is a special scheme you can find in the app by setting the rule set to all. You can also download a printable rule card for this scheme at the link in the notes below. When you choose Lover's Dilemma as one of your schemes, you secretly choose a model in each crew other than the crew leaders. The models must be within one soulstone of one another in their costs. If you're not using the app, you need to write down these models so it doesn't look like you're suddenly picking whichever models meet the victory point conditions. There's no sure way of determining what makes good models for this scheme, as first you need the two models to get together, and then you need them both to die. Very Shakespearean. The reveal condition for Lover's Dilemma is scored at the end of the turn. If both of the chosen models are engaged with each other and no one else, reveal the scheme and score the victory point. You don't have to do anything to either model. Be sure to check the engagement range of each model before you reveal this scheme. With engagement ranges varying from 0 to 2 inches, it is common for one model to be engaging the other without being engaged itself. Also, if you choose a model with no melee attacks on its card, such as Hans, or with a special rule that prevents engagement, such as Castor's Totem, Marathon, you will not be able to score the reveal condition. The end condition requires both of the chosen models to be killed by the end of the game, though not necessarily in the same turn. The two models must be killed, however, by other models, not by either of the secretly chosen models. It doesn't say they must be killed by enemy models, so obey-type actions that compel friendly models to kill them would fulfill the terms of this scheme. It does say that they must be killed by models, though, so if either model is killed from hazardous terrain, a condition like burning or poison, or from being buried at the end of the game, that would not qualify for the end condition. As far as replacing models goes, if one of the chosen models is replaced through some action or ability, such as Miranda's Beast Shape bonus action, the new model is now the target of this scheme. If one of the selected models is killed, and as a result of being killed, is replaced by another model, such as with the Desolation Engine's Demise Lost Focus ability, which replaces it with an Abomination model when it is killed, the new model is not the target of this scheme, since the original model really was killed. A Demise ability that heals the model, such as Killjoy's Demise Immortal Soul ability, means the model was not really killed, so that would not count for the end condition, and if Killjoy were your targeted model, you'd have to kill him again, for reals. Let's see this in action. Karai and Koku's Urami crew is in an encounter with a Dashelbarker guard crew, and the Resurrectionists are working on Lover's Dilemma. Before the game, the Urami player needs to select a model in each crew. Karai and Dashel don't count since they're both leaders, and Dashel's Totem, the Dispatcher, is also disqualified since he has the Insignificant ability. Karai's Lost Love won't work since there's no guard model within one soulstone of his 5 soulstone cost. If she chooses an Enslaved Spirit, she could target one of the Guildhounds. Ikiryo, Datsuba, Jakuna Ubume, and either Goryo could be paired with any of the Executioners or Mounted Guard, while the Peacekeeper at cost 10 could only be chosen as a match for Datsuba. The Reser player goes for the crunchy models and selects Enslaved Spirit 1 and Guildhound 1. She'll have to keep track of which is which since there are 3 of each on the table, and only the specifically chosen models count for the scheme. She can't get away with any Enslaved Spirit and any Guildhound. It takes a little time to maneuver these two models into position without either one getting killed, especially since that's kinda what 3 Soulstone models are for. Finally, in turn 3, the targeted Guildhound has charged the Lost Love and completed its attacks. When the Lost Love activates, he uses his By Your Side ability, discarding a card and placing himself near Karai on the other side of the board. He then finishes his activation over there, and when it comes around to the Enslaved Spirit, it walks twice to engage the Guildhound and ends its activation. At the end of the turn, the Resurrectionist player reveals the scheme, showing it was this specific Enslaved Spirit and this Guildhound chosen for the scheme and earning the first victory point. The guard player knows that these two models must be killed by other models to score the final victory point, so activates the Guildhound and attacks the enslaved spirit. Luck is not with the little dog, and the enslaved spirit's incorporeal ability reduces the damage from the hound's snapping jaws to a total of 2 points, leaving the Urami minion chewed up but still in play. The enslaved spirit uses its chain gang bonus action to move closer to this Goryo and ends its activation. The guard player has nothing nearby to prevent it, so when the Urami crew gets to go again, the wounded enslaved spirit relents to the Goryo's balanced sword attack and perishes. The Goryo then charges the Guildhound and hacks it into puppy chow. At the end of the game, both of the selected models were killed by another model, fulfilling the end condition for the scheme and scoring the second victory point for the Resurrectionist crew. Let us know in the comments below how your game turns out when you play this scheme. That's the special scheme, Lover's Dilemma. Pick up a printable set of all the markers and tokens you need to play Malifaux in the Wargames Vault. If you haven't already, join our Patreon for early, ad-free access to all new content, and be sure to visit the Malifaux University gift shop for the latest in Malifaux-themed shirts, hoodies, drinkware, and more. Links are in the notes below. And remember, play friendly games, keep it simple, and have fun.